Portfolio management, Kanban views. How do I use a journey map for decision making and actually following up on the decisions that we took? Let's take a look at pain points. By the way, if you go into your account settings, you not only can set like a bit of branding, your icon, your logo, select brand colors you use, but if you go into customization, you can customize all these custom cards and add your own ones to it. So within a custom card like pain point, of course, you can change name, icon, color, and so on. But you can do things like customize the status of it or the scoring system and so on. So what I show you is the standard we typically see, but you can change all of this. Now, back to the journey. What you see here are a few pain points connected to steps in a journey. First of all, the visual appearance of any of those cards you can change. If you click on display, you can choose between different views here. So you can choose between connected items. I'll show you that in a moment. Evidence that this is connected to a more compact view and any custom view you would like to create. Let's stick to standard for now. What you see on these is you see immediately what is the impact, the reach, the cost. Again, you can customize and changes what's the status, who is assigned to it, and what is the priority. You also see if a pain point is already used in other journey maps, because you can use the same pain point across all of your journeys. What you see here with these little tags is also if you use a custom tag to it, if there are comments on it, so maybe comments by your colleagues on having a conversation, what needs to be done. You can connect evidence with it. I show you that maybe here because I have a bit more connected here. If you go into the details, you have a tab called evidence. This is connected to a research hub where you can connect pain points with underlying sources. You can upload interview transcripts. AI goes through it and then actually marks these and connects these to a pain point then. So you can see in context already what is the underlying research data here. You see what are the journeys where you can find them and so on. Now what you see there as well with the last icon is if they are linked to other items. If we explore this, view linked items, you're opening up a link tree. And you see immediately this pain point is connected to other opportunities, to other pain points, already to a solution and also to an insight. Now, if you're interested in learning more, maybe another team did this. You're just finding the same pain point another team already discovered. And you already see, oh, there is a bunch of people already working on that. You can start exploring the links and see what is this opportunity doing? Which pain point is it connected to? Which solution is it connected to? So it really helps to align different organizational silos. Now, when it comes to decision making, we're not using this view for it, but we actually switch the view into our portfolio. Different ways how to get there. You can go into the journey info where you see a little overview of what are the pain points, what are the opportunities. If you click on this little link, it's actually opening up already filtered down to the opportunities of this particular journey or the pain points, whatever you select. Now, filtering here works like this. Settings allows you to select which columns you would like to see. So would you like to see tags or not, for example? If you click on this filter item, then you can see which filters are applied. So currently we see one journey map, one type, so only opportunities. You could filter now for a priority, only show me the high priority, for example, or who's in charge of it and so on. So you can narrow this down. What you can do on this as well is sorting. So you can sort and see which opportunities are used in most journey maps or which opportunities fix the most pain points. But you can switch this visualization to a portfolio visualization, to a chart, where you can then see your filtered view as a portfolio made for decision making. Again, those dimensions are customizable. You can change these and match however you work. But working is not only about making decisions, it's about following up the decisions. And that's where the new Kanban board view actually comes into play, where you see which of these opportunities are not started, in progress, or completed. You can move them around, say, is this something we're actually starting now? You can also change this and maybe group instead of status by priority. So what is the high priority you want to see, or who is in charge of it? So you can use these Kanban style boards for following up on your decision and making sure that actually you know who is in charge of what and what is the status. Now, last thing about filtering, I'm going to go back to the table view for it. Of course, you can save views, similar like you do it in a journey map, as a view. So you can view all, or you can filter it out. If you filter it, you can filter by view. You can also change between views that are visible to everyone or personal only to you.